Hey up everybody, Betty's back. Not feeling my best, but I'm back. Right, so today I've seen this and I thought I've got to try this. I've seen it a while back. It's more or less two dishes combined into one. So it is a butter chicken lasagna. So obviously it's two separate dishes combined into a lasagna. So I'll show you the ingredients, which there is quite a few. Okay, so here we go. We have about 600 grams of chicken fillets. There's a bit more in there, 650. Some natural yogurt, some ground coriander, some paprika, some cumin, garam masala, some turmeric, Kashmiri chili powder, yum yum. Right, some butter, some corn flour, the juice of a lemon, mozzarella, about 2 tablespoons of grated ginger. There's 2 garlic cloves crushed, salt and pepper. There's about 160 grams of butternut squash, some patata, some vegetable oil, some chicken stock, some milk, lasagna sheets, 2 onions diced, Parmigiano Reggiano, and some coriander. And I think I've just about got everything there. So yes, there is quite a lot of ingredients in this recipe. But like I said, I saw it and I thought I'm going to have to give this a go. So let's get cracking. Okay, so I've got 140 grams of plain yogurt there. Got chicken chopped up there. So the first thing we've got to do, this is supposed to be marinated overnight, but it's going to be about 4 hours worth for this for me. Ideally overnight, but if not, I'd have to do it this way. Right, so into the yogurt goes about 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Goes in there. Right, so we need, let's have a go at this. Where's my stuff? Right, 1 teaspoon. Let me find my teaspoons. Where's my teaspoons? 1 teaspoon of garam masala. Bosh. Bish bash bosh. Right, coriander. 2 teaspoons of coriander. Is that going to go in there? No, it's not. Two teaspoons of coriander. And paprika. 1 teaspoon of paprika. Lovely jubbly. Cumin next. How much of cumin? 2 teaspoons of ground cumin. One. 2. Right, turmeric I think we'll put in next. Turmeric. Where are we? 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon turmeric. Lovely. And last but not least, a 1/2 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder. There we go. Right, spoon. Give this a bit of a mix. sure it's all well combined. Try not to splash it all over the kitchen like I've just done. Oh my days. I'm not feeling it today. Right, I think that's as good as we're going to get. So I've just chopped the chicken up, thinly sliced it. I'm just going to hoy that in there. Give it a good mix up. Make sure that it's all covered. Make sure that every last bit's covered up. And coated nicely. You see, when it clumps in the middle, it sometimes doesn't get in between, so you still see the bits of the chicken there. Look. It's not covered. We'll dig it up from the bottom. Right, I'd say that's about right. So I'm going to cling film this up and stick it in the fridge for as long as I possibly can, at least 4 hours. Okay, that's now safely in the fridge. So I've put some vegetable oil into my pan on a medium-high heat, and I've got my onions. Basically, it's the usual. Just sweat these down until they're softened. So these are obviously only just started to warm up. So I'll come back when they're a bit closer to completion. Okay, so they've had about 5 minutes and they're softening nicely away. Just starting to colour up a little bit. So I'm going to get the rest of my stuff in now. So in goes my 2 tablespoons of ginger. It's going in there. My 2 garlic cloves which are crushed. They're going in there along with hold on, a 1/4 of a teaspoon of Kashmiri chilli, which is about that. And I'm just gonna, there's still a little bit of ginger left in there. We'll get it over. So give that a stir about for 30 seconds or so. Let it infuse. Also, you don't want your garlic to burn or anything. It's not really that high now. I've turned it down a little bit, to be honest. It's helping with my sinuses actually. It's clearing my nose. Ginger and the garlic. Right, so it's now in with our 160 grams or a little bit more than that of our butternut squash. That's going in, as is our 350 millilitres of chicken stock, 1 stock cube. That's in there. Lovely jubbly. So, just turn that up a little bit. I'm going to bring this up to the boil and I'm going to cover it and simmer it for about 12-15 minutes just to soften the butternut squash. So I'll come back when it's boiling. Okay, so as you can see, that's coming up to the boil now. I'm just going to turn it down, lid on, set my alarm for 15 minutes. I'm going to give it the 15 minutes. So 15, there we go. Back in a nanosecond. Okay, that's had its 15 minutes and the butternut squash is softened, cooked through. So I'm now going to let that cool down and that is going to get blitzed. So I'll come back shortly. Right, so I've put the butternut squash mix into our blender along with half of the passata, about 250 grams. So all we're going to do now is just wazz this up. Like so. Till it's smooth. Let's have a look. Make sure everything is incorporated again. Will do nicely. Okay, so I've melted my 2 tablespoons of butter into the pan over a medium-high heat, and the chicken is now out the fridge and ready to go in. I'm just going to add this and try and keep it as one layer if we can. Should be able to with this, hopefully. Keep it over a medium-high heat. Let's say ideally it should be cooked, marinated overnight, but hey, it is what it is. Didn't really have time. Quite a bit of chicken here. Just going to do this as one layer, and I'm not going to move it around too much so it picks up a bit of a char on the bottom, if possible. Quite a bit of chicken now when you've chopped it all up. Right, so I'm going to leave that cooking away there. I'll come back when it's a bit more advanced. Right, that's starting to cook quite nicely. So I'm going to add our blended sauce that we did earlier. That is going in there. And we're going to simmer that for about 5 minutes. Okay, so that's at about 5 minutes simmering away. So what I'm going to do is, unfortunately this is the only size dish that will fit into our high sapientia, so I'm going to have to use this one. I would normally use one a bit bigger. So let's just have a go. I've just got to find a spoon here. It's going to be big enough. So I'm going to start by putting some of this in the bottom of our dish. So I've got a bit of a layer on the bottom there. You can see that. Got a nice layer there. So hold on a second. I'm just going to move this out of the way for a second and put our dish here. So we have our lasagna sheets. So I'm just going to arrange these. I've got 6 here, so that should be plenty. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to go like that and probably smash one about there. We have a couple of little bits that you can fill in, not a problem. So I'm going to spoon the rest of the mixture, and then I'm going to make me bechamelish type sauce after I've got this on here. I'll tell you what. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say to season this up. I've seasoned it to my taste, to our taste. So you do it to your taste. Plenty of salt and pepper. I'm really looking forward to trying this. Two of my favourite dishes. Butter chicken and lasagna in one. Like happy days. So I'm just letting that. I'll just continue filling this up. I'm trying to get it as much of this out as we can and spread as evenly as we can. Tell you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put, again, same thing, lasagna sheet, and we'll just snap this like so, fill in any gaps with little bits that you've got left. It's not a problem. So basically it's just two layers there. I'm just going to put the last little bit, sort it on there. So now that's that. I'm going to put this to one side and crack on with our bechamel sauce. Right, so this is like the Cheats bechamel sauce. I think I did this last time as well. So it's 360 mils of milk and 1.5 tablespoons of corn flour. So you want it on a gentle, bring it up gently on the heat. And it's like you can either whisk it or stir it. I haven't got a plastic whisker, so I'm just going to have to use a wooden spoon. So I'm going to keep stirring this until it starts to thicken up, and then I'm going to add the parmesan that goes into it. The recipe calls for only 15 grams, but I'm just going to put in what I think is cheesy enough because we love cheese. So I'll come back when this is a bit further on. I can see that starting to thicken up. So I'm going to start to add some of our cheese into here, Parmesan cheese. It says 15 grams, but I'm probably going to add a little bit more than that in. So all we're going to do is just stir this until it thickens up. Season, again to taste. And then it's going on top of our lasagna, ready to go into the oven. Right, let's see how we go with that. Just going to stir that up. Oh yeah, that's thickening it right up now, that. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. Thickening right up. Right up. It's lovely. Right, I'm just going to take it off the heat for a second. I'm going to add some salt and pepper. Salt. And some pepper. You could add white pepper if you wanted. I used that earlier, but I put it away in the cupboard. I'm just going to use this what is to hand. Nice amount of salt and pepper. And then I'm going to give it a taste. I'm just going to see what it's like, if it needs more seasoning, if it needs more cheese. Don't think it needs any more cheese. think it needs a bit more pepper. And maybe a touch more salt. Give it a mix. Give that spoon a quick rinse, not that it matters because it's only us that's eating it. That's perfect. So I'm going to add this to the topping of our lasagna. So I'll bring that back over there. I shall get a spatula. What I'm going to do is pour this over the top of this. Oh yeah, look at that. Doesn't that look good? Tell you what, it smells good as well. Try and get as much of it out as we can. The advantage of using one of these spatulas. We'll do. Just give it a little spread over the top. Perfect. And the last touch in second. Now mozzarella. The recipe called for grated mozzarella, but we couldn't get any. So I've just bought some ball of mozzarella. I'm just going to blob it in. Here, there and everywhere. Just for extra cheesy goodness. You can't get enough cheese in my opinion. More cheese, grommet. Yes please, says Betty. Right. That's just blobbed here, there and everywhere. And that is now ready to go into the oven. Right, so in the oven it goes. So you want to be baking it in the oven 200 degrees, which is 180 degrees fan, 400 Fahrenheit, gas mark 6 for 30 minutes. And it should come out a lovely bowl of, not bowl, a lovely dish of deliciousness. So I've got it set 180. Just need to set the time. "30 minutes, start," and away she goes. Right, so I've just got it out of the oven. Obviously it's hotter than the face of the sun right now. So I'm going to let this cool down and calm down a little bit. And then it'll be triple tea time. So there we have it. My butter chicken lasagna. I've just finished it off with some coriander on the top. Smells amazing. So without further ado, it's triple tea time. Right, taste testing time for Betty Boy. Right, just going to try some of this chicken first. It's butter chicken. What's not to like? That is lovely. Right, can I get some of this? The whole bang shaboodle. Bechamel, the chicken, the pasta, the sauce. I can get it on my fork, guys. Wow. I first saw this recipe and I'm like, that sounds unreal, because like I said, butter chicken is lovely, one of my favourites, and lasagna is also another one of my favourites. So the two combined, honestly, you've got to give this one a go. It is lovely. Really, really nice. Really nice. Creamy. The bechamel's creamy and it's a cheese bechamel sauce. So easy to do. Coriander on the top gives it a nice little lift. Obviously, if you don't like coriander, don't put it on. But that, my friends, is absolutely banging. Definitely give that one a go, without a doubt. Right, so I'm going to sit down and finish this off. So once again, yeah, I've had a good weekend with some friends at Liverpool, but I wasn't feeling great. So okay, we had a bit of a drink on Friday night when we got there, but the Saturday I wasn't feeling it, so I really struggled. In fact, I was drinking water in the afternoon. We went to the races at Chester, and I just couldn't face a beer. I was just feeling bleh. So anyhow, something like this just picks you up. We got back okay on Sunday, but it's just nice to be back. I was a bit gutted that I missed the dish out, but you know, there was no way I could have done something on Sunday when I come back. So again, like I said, thanks for watching and subscribing, commenting. Keep them all coming. Keep the recipe ideas coming. And once again, I would give that a go. It's blooming lovely. So I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye for now.